Hopefully I didn't lose everyone there. That's so odd. OBS had an error. An invalid parameter? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Oh, thank you, Arctic. I'm sorry for crash everyone. It took me a second to realize OBS had crashed because it didn't make a sound, didn't give me an error window I could see. Um anyway, uh, let me reach out to Pixel there just in case. Hmm, I don't know what happened there. Must have been from substance, I guess. Maybe I clicked something on accident. Odd stream problems these days. Be sad. Oh, we're back. We're working. Substance abuse. I like that. The addiction to working in substance. All right, but I think he's looking quite good now. Very solid shading. Um, yeah. The only thing we're going to add is just a little bit of shine to the eye, and then we're going to move on to making the clothing. Bum, bum. But Pix, if you are there, Pixel. It's so funny. It's like, I didn't realize I'd crashed, so I was like, oh, this and that. Anyway, but if you're still here, I sent you some messages on Discord. Um, but I'd love to discuss um, any additional features. Loading, loading, loading. Boy, please loading, loading. For the rim light on my ball. A little bit sharper. Change the width. Like that. Just keep that nice tune quality. I like it. Okay. Final tweak for the body texture for now is we just want to get these eyebrows. We want to get the orange to line up with the eyebrows. Fortunately, this is kind of somewhat imprecise with how I've set it up. Um, in order to bake properly, I had to do that. Orange base color. I'm just going to be hopping back and forth between the two. Unity. This way. That. Down pretty sharply here. Laggy. Pretty good. Good. Side here. Use my triangle brush. The black pupil, so scary. Such a haunting. It's like Ben drowns. All right, looking super good, super fresh. I'm gonna save here. And now we're gonna work on the color of the rough. This object here. Because in our reference has nice. Why did I close that? Very nice color. Color is orange, white, and tan. So first step is to paint out the orange. Let's use a normal. Something to this effect. I want to try to get it to line up with the shoulders. Something right around there. Feels good. All right. And then we use this. And looking at the reference, there are two bands of white on the top and bottom. Is it simple? Here and here. Just gonna roughly block it out first. I think it goes all the way around. at least pretty close to the side. Nope, all the way around. Okay. Just paint that in. Boom. And boom. Now there's a pretty distinct cutoff. So in order to make the white be constrained to the orange, we actually need to use something which is very fun in Substance called an anchor point. We're going to add it here. We created the anchor point on the orange layer. Now we're adding it to our white layer. Set it to be inverse subtract. No. Multiply. There we go. Multiply. Now we can paint on this layer. It won't go any further into the tan. Very fun stuff. There's a lot of powerful things you can do with the anchor points. Definitely one of the cooler features of Substance. All right, that's pretty rough. Yeah, because it's the rough. Oh. I got that line up pretty well. Pretty darn well. Still looks quite messy. Okay, so for the white, go ahead and remove it from this. I'm going to add in the layer. Welcome back, Pixel. I have returned as well. Sorry to... I did not know my OBS had crashed there. I was like asking questions and stuff, and anyway, that was a weird little crash on my end. Oh, good. I assumed it was either that or an OBS system crash. Yes, OBS pooped out on me. My first time really having OBS crash like that. But yeah, if you are looking for changes, I would love to help you with those. My queue for work does carry out a few weeks, so we'll definitely have to kind of make sure we got our time scheduled out. But absolutely, I'm super pumped. It was really fun working on Pixel, and it's always I like what you're doing. I have a lot of fun when I find some of the videos that you've made. Those are really fun to look at. And yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, Pixel streams, so definitely check them out. That's fine. More than okay to wait. Just a few little additions and whatnot. Some removable parts. Ooh, very cool. Slash additions. Oh, that sounds super fun. the data transfer back on. Data transfer. Yeah, I'm super impressed. Like the amount, not to reiterate myself, but just with the music and stuff, I really like what you're doing with the videos because they really have like a narrative quality to them, which I love. Um, like it just feels like you're watching like a movie or something, and it really is super super fun. No, the normals are basically the same. But I'm glad I redid it. Now we need to adjust the mapping here. Like there's a little overlap here, I think. These 2 points. It's like a grid to me right here. Thank you. I finally plotted out the world he belongs to. Very cool. So I'm trying to lean more into that, just realizing that in order to do so, I decided, sorry, I'm gonna need some new parts for the boy. So excited to get those done. Very cool. Well, yeah, I would love to discuss that with you. Because yeah, just tickles my interest. Oh, oh. How if you don't mind me asking, it seems like people are receiving it well on TikTok. Are you finding that people really like what you're doing? Bam, boom. All right. Now we're going to do the vertical alignment right there. Actually, I could just do this. Take each column and distribute. Hmm. Do every other. Then distribute. Boom. Finding that having a story people can follow along with via the app is a lot more interesting than just posting regular lip sync videos. A lot of my friends and randoms who see it really enjoy watching it. Certainly do. Although it takes a while to get all the movements whatnot correct because I'm still working with an original Rift and no motion trackers. Oh wow. All the more impressive. All the more impressive. Well, that's good. I'm super glad to hear people are receptive to it. Um, yeah, it's just really, really a fun um, way to approach things. I've always I when I was talking about it I think earlier today and a little bit yesterday too. Just VR's chat's perfect for that kind of stuff, and it warms my heart to see people really, really pushing that. I'll look forward to picking your brain a little bit more about it. Um, Nothing to update because I didn't export it. Low poly body, low poly. Yeah, everyone give Pix a follow on TikTok. I believe it's the same name. I think once I'm at a good stopping point, I'll show off some of that work on stream. Check out your TikTok. There we go. That's much more aligned. The reason I went in and gridded this out is now so we can much easier time painting this properly. Here. That is from the lack of orange. I tried to post a video relating to some video game stuff, but I think it ended up privating it due to my wanting to stick to the storyline initial setup for picks before I got to the actual lore stuff. I've made some whatnot that are even willing to voice act some stuff for me, which is awesome. That's dope. That is super, super cool. Very fun. I feel like that meme with like the guy outside the window, like, haha, yes. that's that's how I feel. I'm very excited to hear that. All right, that looks a lot better on the rough. We also need to update the Unity version. And export our updated textures. Yeah, I watched this guy on I have to avoid talking while I'm exporting textures because it gets so laggy. But I follow this guy, Legend, on Twitter, and he's always doing like all this kind of mocap, uh, kung fu stuff on VR chat, and it's just kind of in line with that. And but he does like action scenes and like fight scenes. I think he had a little movie called Sync that he made, SYNC. Just reminds me of what you're up to. Whoops, we cut him in half. Whoopsies. This should apply the geometry modifiers. Yeah. Once I get all the shots in order, a few hookups with my softwares in line, hopefully I'll post a new video here in the next couple of weeks, and then a series of them not too long after. Well, I will be first in line to check it out. All right. I think this looks quite good. Got the rough textured. I think it has that nice jagged quality that the reference does, or the not jagged but zigzag quality. I think we are ready to tackle the clothing. Take a look at that. All right, save this. And it's already been a few hours since we started. Started at 8, so a little bit before 8. Yeah, we'll hit 4 hours in about 20 minutes, and I'll probably go on lunch then. Ever used mocap fusion, VR motion capture, non-VR chat? I downloaded it, but so far didn't have a chance to dig into it. Possible to export captures to Blender if it works. That is super cool. That is very cool. um, I I see that that pipeline of VR chat to Blender. I think that's going to be really, really powerful. Or just VR motion capture. I have used a process before to get motion capture directly out of VR chat, which is pretty cool. It's kind of convoluted, so I don't know how well it'd work like a proper process, but it is doable, um, to directly bring VR chat motion into um, Blender. Doing here. Close. It would seem like a useful thing for animating, or at least keying faster. Absolutely. Like my dream scenario is you have a few people all doing mocap together, uh, because they can all be in VR, all be seeing what each other's doing. Um, that would, I think, be like, that's the highest dream you could imagine. But um, get there someday. I'll have to clean up these little spikies here. And then hope, like long term, Then you could also do facial eye tracking and stuff. Woody shirt pants. And that does its own thing. Let's hide the robe for now. We're only going to focus on these objects. It's a little rough there. I mean, and what Pixel's doing, he's working on kind of telling a story, doing a narrative. I am genuinely super impressed by that. Want more people making movies and shows in VR chat. I want it. It's over here so I can reference the colors. Okay. The hoodie is black and gray. Or dark gray. And the shirt is red. And the pants are blue. Now we're going to drop in some fabric materials. Cotton shirt. Pretty cool. Use that right away. Just turn off the color for it. And color and opacity. Stretched out in the arms. No problem. No problem. Perfect. And then you have a denim base. We'll put that in the pants. Put a blue or change the color. Nope. Tile that a little bit to get the texture proper. Then pretty good. One at a time. Let's go through it. So we'll add in the sleeves. Sleeves, which are a gray. Hello, Era. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Hope your meetings are going well. Or at least quickly. Trash fires again today. Well, I hope not forever. You got the right man on the job. Used to love the chaos of life, but corporate chaos is just another level. It never ends, and sometimes it's at the whims of someone's ego. Mm. All right, let's add in some of our shadows. Cashews. I'll be right back. I'm just going to get a snack for myself. Communication is a skill that you would expect to be good in the business world. It's not. Yeah, I firmly believe that the hardest skill in the world is communication. I think that is the hardest thing for it to go well. I'll be right back. I got some pickles. Pickles, literally just slices. Potent. Mm-hmm. We're gonna add a little shadow on the sleeves. And to use a lot of linear gradients for clothing. Also make sure to set up my clothing way so that I can utilize that. Utilize a lot of gradients. Mm-hmm. All right, let's duplicate that and down to spot on the sleeve as well. These should all be set to. Yeah. This project's been such a mess. I made a joke about drinking during my lunch break today, and my boss said, "Go for it." Oh no. Let me split that glass with you. Sneeze. Class, honey, there's a bottle in the freezer screaming my name. Well, I wish you sanity through this project. That certainly sounds awful. I will extend that there. Turn up the contrast and balance. Down. Should work nicely. Right. And then I'm going to eat a little bit of pickle. Sorry, so crunchy. Pickle eating ASMR. Really hard to see this line on the shoulders. I'd like it to be a little bit darker. So you can see it. See that distinction? Need to add a zipper here. Shadow. Almost there. Welcome, Frank. Welcome, welcome. 9.7K. Your dutiful diligence is about to pay off, Frank. Excuse me. Sorry to burp there. So on the sleeves, we want to add a little difference in material here. Little grooves, scrunchy. You're at 7K again? My goodness, that was fast. Powerful. Sleeve grooves. Not filter, I want a fill. Right. And that shift, stripes, turn up, width will turn down. On the topic of bringing up using VR chat as a platform to create show and stuff, I honestly think it's a step for the future. I looked at it and realized very little people were doing it. So I decided instead of trying to do animate the journey, that VR would be a fun way of doing it. Oh, 100%. Yeah, I, I definitely think you're on the right track for making interesting stuff because there's so much you can do with it. And, people are always kind of creating new ways to uh, new functionality and stuff like that. Udon, such a great tool for functionality in worlds, and you can always, and it's natively multiplayer. You can always just bring in additional people. I considered launching a VR chat based podcast. Oh, very cool. Where I could have an actual audience and such and an actual cameraman. That would be super cool. You should definitely do that. At least, just do it once and just see what you think of it. I would need a co-host and a crew. Excuses? No, I'm just kidding. I do see people doing like interview formats where they just wander around VR chat and like interact with people. Um, just like what would be the word? Casual. It's like a journalism basically. Uh, that's quite interesting. Like I have people I would podcast with, but getting them in VR. Yeah, VR is the future, especially as a creative tool. I very firmly believe that. More pickle time. Be interesting. Would have to hire someone from about here to make me a set. I'm sure the cost would be insane. Yeah, I think there are some worlds you could just go into, but making a world is definitely an involved process. An involved process. And struggling. Words. As long as you keep it simple, though. All in or all out. When are you out? I have a podcast stage for VTubing. I would just mimic that. Oh heck yeah. I mean, if you have the FBX file, it would be relatively cost effective just upload that. Done in OBS, not 3D. Gotcha, gotcha. You just need to make a VR chat world with one PNG floating in it, and you just stand in front of the PNG. See it on my YouTube. I did it on a 2D VR setup. Okay, heck yeah. Feel free to share. I'll check that out. What is the best way to get the zipper here? I think we'll just try to grab the faces directly. Give me those faces. Yeah, that actually works quite well. Nice. We'll just cut it out there. 2 segments. Oh, wait, stop the stretching. YouTube. All that sounds a lot like Neos VR to me with the broadcasting slash studio setups. It's about Wizards of the Coast. Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. I like all everyone's designs here. Super cool. Quite easy to set up your. Oh, sorry. I should show everyone. This is Era right here. Oh, that's cool. Gotta play with Gygax. That's super cool. I'm the only non-static PNG. Everyone else just kind of hops. I do think that again, Neos does have a lot of advantages with just being able to make logic immediately in it. I think there's, but it doesn't quite have that same level of popularity. I think there's a lot of people who are super into VR chat that don't actually know what Neos. I've never tried it. Anyone else got that budget $5 Abby's? Heck yeah. Just do it with OBS and layer 2D with 3D. That's super doable. You know, that you could do that very easily. Normal. Why do we still have these bumps here? Should be replacing the fabric bumps. Oh, I have to do it with the folder. Let's forget. Tried Neos briefly, but it frustrated the heck out of me. Yeah, I like the idea of setting up my avatar in VR sounds nauseating. Current 3D Avi is a modified $20. Well, there you go. We'll set up your Avi in VR, just fell flat. I need a keyboard and mouse for that, and doing it on desktop was a nightmare. 100%. Current Avi is never finished and ever changing. You just enter a state of perpetual change once you enter Neos. Superposition. Excuse me. Go ahead and just copy the stripes from here. Boop, boop. And we want to rotate it. That's pretty cool. You played with Gygax era. I mean, that's seems. Was it Gygax you played with or someone else? Definitely an odd situation to be in. Unity may be a pain, but it's logical mostly and means my shaky hands aren't a setback. I do agree. I do think that a lot of in a lot of cases, like you can make stuff in VR, um, but you know the keyboard when you compare VR controllers with a keyboard, like the utility of a keyboard is so much higher. Like it's just on another level with how powerful it is. Um, Also, Snardum, oh no, you came by yesterday. I was looking at my follows. Thanks again for the follow, Snardum. Um, I have yet to find a VR solution for keyboards that I like. I I can't wait for that to be a thing, um, for it to be quality, and because once that's possible, I would probably do a lot of work in VR. Um, multiple screens, uh, just a lot of benefits to it. I set this to my tremble is currently picked up by my controllers in VR, sadly, so I can't even use VR keyboards. I mean, you're still limited to this like poking, which sucks. Still, VR can fully mimic my hands without shaking all over the place, being weird. Keyboards will remain superior to me, unfortunately. I still think that they will just always be optimal. Because you know, it doesn't get better than having a million buttons that you can find with your hands and use. Um, but I do hope that we'll get to just at least being able to see them a little bit easier. The Quest Pro was kind of heading that direction, and apparently the Apple VR is coming out this year, so we'll see if what they've got to say about that. Bring back the Power Glove. And the resolution is also a bit of a thing, 100% for me at least currently. Still using an index, but I'm not going to buy anything new soon. Yeah, I think there's just a big hurdle to be overcome when it comes to that. We can have clear, small text, readable, etc. Yeah, I think I'd like for that to happen sooner rather than later. Very readable text. Apparently, people are really liking that big screen one. Um, yeah, the big screen tool. I'm pretty interested in trying it myself. Because it apparently will allow you to see. That looks good. A little bevel on those zippers. We need a shadow in the hood. Shadow below the hood as well. All right, it is 12. I've been going for about 4 hours now. I think I will take lunch now. Um, I can feel myself kind of slowing down a little bit, so it'd be good to take a little break. Come back in about an hour, and then we'll Just keep going. I think we'll be able to finish all the outfits. My PC nuked itself, so I had to do a full reset and lost my old stream layout. Just sent you my new stuff. Well, I'm sorry to hear about your PC. Plenty of cool toys currently around, but nothing I'd be interested in buying for now. Just look at the dust of my FBT and realize I shouldn't buy more toys. Yeah, please let there be a cheap solution, cheap and easy solution. I think webcams will probably be the way to go with full body tracking. But yeah, I'll check out what the stuff you sent, Pixel. But I am going to go ahead and go on lunch now. So, if you, for anyone that's not familiar, I'm going to take, I do a morning session and an afternoon session in between, end the stream and go on lunch. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Some full body tracking for VTubers. Oh, interesting. That's pretty impressive, actually. Oh. You enjoy your break as well. I hope everyone has a great break. Again, thank you all for hanging out with me this morning. Definitely made my morning, and I look forward to showing you more, finishing up the character, and kicking butt. But I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye, everyone. See you soon. Bye. Bye.